Hi friends, it's Amanda. Thanks so much for being here and watching. Joining you today for more Hip Kit Club inspiration with the gorgeous September main and embellishment kits and this beautiful life cut file from September 2. And it's fall favourites day today for the design team. So scrapping that fabulous photo of me standing in the fall leaves from earlier this year, because of course autumn was a little while ago for me. And I'm going to back that cut file with this gorgeous paper from the Dear Lizzie She's Magic collection. It's called Dreaming. And just look at those gorgeous colours. I love that peach with the, it's almost a tomato red, isn't it? It's a really, really warm, beautiful red. And of course, I couldn't forget the beautiful, I'm calling it that paper from the Dear Lizzie collection, Magic, because truly it is magic. I had to fussy cut more of those blooms. I just couldn't resist. And of course it's a me page, so it has to have florals. And I waste nothing. So using also the barcode stripping from the bottom of that paper, I'm going to use that to trim the top of my page and tuck a floral there. And I'm just going to sort of, play around for a minute here and sort of work out what I wanted to do. I knew I was backing the cut file with that paper and I knew I had to use those florals, but that was as far as I got with how much I'd planned before I sat down to scrap today. So yeah, just working out where those pieces might go. I thought I might I try to use everything, and even that little off-cut piece there, I was trying to incorporate that, but I don't end up using it, but I tried. I don't like to throw things out. I really like to make sure we use as much as we can on our layouts, and yeah, maybe I'll save it for another day. And coming in with some Pretty Little Studio Indian Summer Ephemera, because there are, as you can see, lots of beautiful fall pieces in this set. And to be honest, there were a few others in there, but I'm trying to keep to that colour scheme that I've already gone for. And I grabbed out from the embellishment kit the Dear Lizzie frames because, oh, look at that. Really, really pretty. And the reason is I felt like my layout, because the blooms and the cut file are quite dominant, I just needed to lift my photo perhaps a little bit, because normally I photograph, well, I scrapbook faces and, you're drawn into the eyes of my children, and it's quite easy to be drawn to my photo first. But because this is just of where I'm standing now kind of shot, it's a little, it gets a little bit lost. So I just wanted to try and bring some attention with that frame. So yeah, that's the reason I grabbed those frames. And as I said, just going to fuss around with the die cuts from Pretty Little Studio. They're gorgeous, aren't they? The colours are so rich and warm, and oh, I like the idea of that dropping. I'm going to cut that bloom, I think. And I'm just going to play around with these embellishments for a little minute. I think sometimes when you've got that white space or a white background, it's really important, because everything stands out so much more, that you're really particular about where things go, or at least for me, that's how I feel. So I do sort of mess around with this for a little while and change my mind quite a lot. Yeah, fussing and sometimes it comes to me quickly and other times it takes a little longer. But just such beautiful pieces to play with though. The September kits are really stunning. And just decide. Too many options, see. There are too many good things in the kits at the moment, and I just feel like we're, just so spoiled. Very, very lucky. So I'll just play around with that some more. One thing I am noticing though is that the beautiful in my cut file shows up fantastically, but the life is really getting lost. And I tossed up adding some colour to my page, but I really didn't want it to be messy. I wanted it to be a nice clean layout for today. So I have, dived into my September cardstock kits and grabbed the Lemonade Basil cardstock, and probably could have grabbed my cameo back out and gone and recut the cut file, but I only wanted, that little section. So I just thought it'd be quicker than loading up my computer, because it is very slow, to just trace around it and cut it out by hand. So, and it was nice and easy. So, and then once I had it in place, I just sort of came back in and marked out a few more areas where I wanted to tidy it up a little. But yeah, I think that makes such a difference, having that pop of yellow beneath. So just going to trim that up. And there we go. Oh, look at that. What a difference. I can actually read my title now. Oh, I do like that too. And I feel like it sort of flows in the colour order as well, because on that other piece of paper before that I cut and batched the beautiful from, I'm pretty sure it was that mustardy kind of yellow that was beneath. So it sort of ties in nice because we've got that nice yellow. And just rearranging things again how I think I want them to look. I always like to have a good plan in my mind before I start sticking things down. Yeah, oh, so grateful. Definitely so grateful for that wonderful day, because you can't see it in the photo, but it wasn't just me standing in the leaves. It was me and my son kicking and throwing the leaves and having a wonderful, ordinary fall day. Just wonderful. Lots of fun and lots to be thankful and appreciate. So, yeah, pure bliss indeed. Okay, I think I'm sort of happy with how that's looking now. Maybe some trim at the bottom, not quite sure. But I do like these. These are also from the embellishment kit. They're the Pink Fresh Studio Office Hours cardstock stickers. That one says remember this, and the other one says noted, and I quite like them. Again, in that same colour palette, which is lovely. But then nothing's making my photo pop, so I grab out, yeah, the pretty little Studio Flare buttons, also from the embellishment kit. There's a noted one in those, and look at that, that pop of blue just brings attention to my photo. So yeah, went with that, and then I did zigzag stitch that trim at the top of the page there. So you don't see me do that, but I have zigzagged it, and I've sped things up because of course you've already sort of watched how this sort of plan came together. So just speeding it up so you're not sitting and bored. And yeah, you can see me pull it all together, sticking things down. I sort of fuss on this for a while. And making sure I'm happy. And you'll see I don't quite glue things completely, and that's because I like to lift things up and tuck things under, you know, towards the end of my layout. So I sort of only do the essentials, and then off camera I will come through with my fine liner and glue a lot more in later on. So I did trim that bloom so I could fit the leaf in, and then I used the bloom over by the L where I thought I was going to use that other spare piece. So at least I didn't waste that piece. There's my lovely framed photo. Again, I've changed the blooms around from the original plan, but I think that looked so much better. Yeah, just a bit more attention, and meant I could draw you in a bit more by having that larger red one with the yellow leaf tucking out. And that blue flare button really makes the difference, doesn't it? It's really eye-catching, and that, yeah, I like how this is looking. So yeah, everything going on, very, very pretty. There we go. Making sure I'm happy with everything before I secure it in. And just a little foam underneath a few of them just to lift them a little. I do like soft texture. As you know, I like to have leaves and florals always sort of slightly moving off the page. I think that gentle flow of movement is always a lovely element. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. Very, very pretty. Now, just the finishing touch kind of stuff now. And do I start with the Dear Lizzie, or do I move back to the decisions? I will use the Dear Lizzie phrase stickers though. These are also from the embellishment kit, and you can see I've used most of those gorgeous red ones already this month, so I'll probably use the peach, I think. I found another sticker in the Pink Fresh Office Hours. This one says an ordinary day, and I do like that because it really was just a regular fall day. That there was nothing particularly special about it, except that we were having so much fun, and the laughter and the joy made that memory. And yeah, that's a nice touch. And I'll use this tab one as well. It says hello, and I thought it could say hello beautiful life as part of my title. And because I've got the stitched zigzag stitching at the top of the page, I want to add in just a little bit more of the cotton thread throughout the page, because it's that soft texture again that, particularly with the white layout, just to have a little bit more texture, but in a way that's not distracting. I think it's really important and just adds that little extra. There we go. And I'll probably pop some more, yeah, at the other end of that cut file. It's a really fabulous cut file, isn't it? Like, I love big title cut files. They always just, yeah, so much zing to them, isn't there? Like, they really do pop and make your page look amazing. So yeah, very happy with how this is looking. Going to use one of the Dear Lizzie buttons now. These were in the main scrapbook kit, and I do love a good button. And this one, this little pop of yellow, it's a little flower as well, but I just thought it tied in nice with the yellow backing on the life, and then of course that yellow, So Grateful, on the A. I just thought it was that nice sort of third, pop of yellow, and yeah, just tied in beautifully. And the last little bit of thread under that cluster there. Just a bit more tape to hold you in. There we go. And these words now, I've had time to think on them a bit. There we go. It says magical and the other one says day, but I want to pop them in together so that they're one. So I'll just measure them along. There we go. Magical day. I mean, and it was an ordinary day, but it was magical. We had so much fun. It's just lovely. So just like really sweet little sentiments to, yeah, add that little bit of reminder of the day. More Pink Fresh Studio office hours. This is the embellishment pack, the mixed embellishments. I'm going to use those epoxy enamel dots, and I do like them because they're just that, again, that deeper pop of green that I used on an ordinary day sticker. So I like that there's, yeah, just a little bit of a contrasting colour to the layout, and it's only little pops of it, which is nice. Yeah, and then for finishing touches, of course, I have to have more pops of yellow. I think the yellow really, it sang that happy vibe for me. So there you go. Look, a really simple and sweet fall favourites layout today using our cut files. I hope you've had lots of fun watching as I've been creating. If you've got questions or comments, please don't hesitate to pop them down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. In the meantime, have lots of fun playing with your hip kits. Hopefully your October one arrives soon. And have a wonderful, happy Arty days. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.